Today we got a special guest in the building, the talented Microdot. Microdot, thank you so much for joining us. Could you kindly start by introducing yourself to our listeners?
What's up, KCrush fans? It's Microdot. 안녕하세요. I just got back from my stay, still thinking about you, featuring Bunky music video shoot, which probably could be out now once this goes up. It's from my Wither EP, my most recently released EP, and I hope you enjoy it. Well, firstly, I'm very honored and I'm grateful that I get to do this interview for you guys watching, and hopefully you guys get to know a little bit more about me. I'm not that interesting though, so don't get your hopes up.
Your upcoming Wither EP has a striking title. Could you tell us what inspired that name and what it represents for you personally and artistically?
So Wither EP has just recently dropped. It's called Wither because it's a point in my life where all the leaves have fallen, all the rain has poured down, and I'm ready for the new. So I think characteristically, I kind of created a character, or it could be me in a sense, that I'm very lonely and I kind of miss the past. I miss that girl, or I miss that moment in life where it's just become a memory. And in my heart, I felt very, very full. And then at one point, I was totally empty and I was completely lonely. And this EP kind of resembles withering of leaves, where the leaves fall down. It's not all bad, but it also spells out with her, which means, with her, when I was with her. But once all the leaves fall, um, it's just gonna take time, and in due time, all new leaves are gonna branch out, and the tree is gonna be full again. So it has a few meanings really, but I'm not gonna complicate it too much. Where Cloud EP was my previous EP a while back, and when rain falls in fall, all the cloudiness disappears and the air becomes very clean and clear. Um, so it has multiple characteristics in the meaning of the EP, but that's just simply put. It's got 5 tracks. Number 1, Baywalking, featuring NSW Yoon. This one is sad, it's sentimental, a little bit lo-fi. I really love the track. It feels like we're just floating when you listen to it. It's quite sad though. If you see read the translated lyrics, it's talking about the one that I used to have kind of vibe. So the second song is called 11 O'Clock, featuring Yang Dae-il. I really also love that song. It's mixed with ballad. I and my friend Nun and Stoner Tunes and Stone So Wavy, we wrote the song. It was one of my tracks that I attempted writing ballad style. My verse is obviously quite R&B hip hop, but that's talking about a person that I had in the past, and every time I look at the clock, we always used to just talk about, oh, it's 11, or 11 past 11. And originally, though, the lyrics, it was when I was 11, not when it was 11. So it was actually talking about my story and my memories. But once we got Yang Dae-il's part in it, we changed it to when it was 11, and we changed all the situations from my stories to about a character that we made, a girl, I guess, in my sense. Just missing her, really. I'm trying to delete her. I'm trying to delete everything from my memory and my heart, but it's just so hard. And every time I try to scrape something from the bottom of my heart, it gets deeper and deeper. So originally I was talking about my past, where, back in the days. But I really love the song overall. Yeah, I'm not gonna complicate it too much, but I already think I did. Number 3 is called Stay, Still Thinking About You, featuring Bunky. The title, Still Thinking About You, Do You Think About Me Too? It's also talking about the past and moments, whereas bay walking is more physically. I'm walking around and I see her silhouette and I go close and I don't, and I look at it and it's not her. Number two is talking about um, just my feelings in my heart of how I felt. Number three is just physical memories of like having a t-shirt with a lipstick stain still in my car kind of thing, tangible stuff. And it's all in the memory. And then we go on to track number 4 featuring Davi, who's great, who's the writer and producer for Hayes' songs. That's really talking about my story in the situation where I've been, and the lyrics are quite deep. That also just refers to, I try to make it seem like I made a character and it's about past moments, but that's really just talking about my story in a sense where I was really down, and now I'm ready to see what the world has to offer again, and I'm ready to go hard again. And that's kind of what the song is really vaguely about. But if you read the lyrics, it's quite a deep song, and I think a lot of people will be able to relate, who's been through hardship, I guess, or a breakup. Doesn't necessarily have to be about life things, you know what I mean? Then we go into the final track, No Manuel, Only For You. That's a song I made about 4 or 5 years ago or 6 years ago. It's been sitting in my computer, and it's where from track 1 to 4 goes from really cold and lonely, and then it starts to get a little warmer and hopeful in track number 4, and in track number 5 it goes, I'm ready for love, I'm loving, I'm ready for the warmth, I'm excited, and I'm the only one for you, and whenever you want I will make time because I love you. And in an aspect it could be talking about my career, or it could be talking about somebody, or something like that. So that's kind of like the weather. It's really dark and now it goes into spring and I'm ready for summer. So that's kind of like the stream of events within the Weather EP. But I think I complicated it too much, but maybe it is complicated. My mind's very complicated, so I try to just listen to the songs and read the lyrics, and you'll get the flow, and kind of use my comments as like a guideline to how you should feel or think. But that was question number 1.
What themes or stories are you exploring in With IP that differ from your previous Cloud EP?
The difference between Cloud EP and Weather EP, I think Cloud was like a mixture of warmth and I think I kind of synthetically I forced myself to create something that people could relate to and give them warmth as such, and that I was ready and quite stable mentally to really try and have a go at this thing called music again. And I think I was, but musically, difference between Wither and Cloud is that with Cloud I feel so much more freedom in how I approached the music, whereas Cloud, it had been a long time since I released a packaged tracked album, and I just wanted to do so much more and so many things in one project where I couldn't really just channel in what exactly I wanted to do. Whereas Wither is I knew exactly what I wanted, what kind of songs, and the freedom I have with the melodies. And I'm gratefully honored to have these features where I could write for them and we could just collaborate and just put our heads together and create new stuff. At the same time, it's quite simple. It's not like trying to force rap with singing, or these trap or Jersey club, or like these basses with this. It's not really like that. I feel like the fusion and the harmonized instruments put together is quite well done with Wither. but I don't think Wither would have been produced if I didn't release Cloud, if that makes sense. I think I was grateful to have Cloud, which led me to Wither. And in between, I did projects like, I think, Let's Drive and Not a City Boy featuring Anon Delighted. So, yeah, I guess it's keep trying to create. And yeah, I love Wither, I love Cloud.
Returning with Cloud EP after such a long break, you did hold back. Fans saw a deeper, more personal side of you, especially around themes of hardship and growth. What inspired that level of openness in your lyrics?
Cloud EP was an EP where I felt like I wanted to try so many things for such a long time. I was stuck. I wasn't able to release music. I was at a point where, I wanted to just quit everything, and everything I achieved or couldn't achieve just felt like nothing. I was very lonely. So with Cloud, it wasn't forceful, but I try to act like I was okay and I'm ready, and I'm trying to create something for the people that so that they could engage in, and they could use that music source to kind of express their feelings, whether it's love or just relaxing, etc. And that after that released, I also did Let's Drive and Not a City Boy featuring Anon Delighted, and also the Dark Side EP, which was very hip hop. I think those projects led me to with the EP, whereas Cloud EP, it says Cloud EP, but with the other projects, it was testing out, trying, and just releasing stuff that I really wanted to release for such a long time. My mind was on a break for about 7 years or so, very long time, and through that period, I couldn't do a lot, pretty much nothing, and all I wanted to do was just release music. And when that opportunity came, I think I struggled to channel certain ways of what to release with what project. It's not that I failed, but it's good. But whereas comparing it, since we're comparing to Wither EP, Wither EP is a lot more channeled, and it's a lot more compact, and the production and melody making, lyricism isn't too deep, whereas Cloud and Dark Side EP, it was quite deep. Now I feel more freedom in the production process, with the music video shoots, and I feel like I found my balance between my mental dark side and my bright side, and what memories to delete and what memories to keep, and where to run towards to with my career, especially in music. So with the EP, I think overall I feel it's a lot more sentimental. It's a lot more, it shows weakness, but at the same time, I still have hope to drive myself to get stronger again. But yeah, I think that's the difference. Cloud EP was just music that I created, love, hip hop, chill, a mix. Whereas with the EP is, yeah, like the seasons. I think from track 1 to 5, if you go through it, you can feel the seasonal changes in it, and that's the difference. And I guess I've matured, so I've been writing and producing for a lot of different artists, and writing lyrics for them too. So yeah, I think that's the difference. I'm a lot more experienced now, and the way I'm taking things in isn't so sensitive nowadays, and I'm feeling more free to kind of open up, and I've learned how to package that in a way where people don't feel agitated or angry or sad, or you know what I mean. So I think it's a completely different vibe of an album between Cloud and Wither. Yeah, that's the difference. Actually, yeah, And I also think with the EP, it's a matured album compared to Cloud. I think that's the contrast. Maybe some like Cloud better than Wither, or those hip hop heads would like Dark Side better because that's hard. Um, but yeah.
If you could give up one household chore forever, which one would it be? And what would you do with all that free time?
If I could choose one household chore that I could just give up and never do again, I don't know. I kind of like doing household chores. Like, it kind of makes me feel sane, if you know what I mean. It's just your own time. But in saying that, I would probably give up. It's a hard one. Maybe probably doing the dishes, because in Korea we gotta I guess you have to do that everywhere, but like plastics and food rubbish and not plastic and bottles and cans, you gotta separate everything into like 5 different categories, which sucks. And all the days are different, but I mean it doesn't suck that much. But I think it's that if I could not do that ever again, what would I do in that time? I mean, it doesn't take that long, so what would I do? Maybe go fishing. Maybe it'll add up the time where I can go fishing, or more studio time, or maybe play some Wild Drift because I play that. But yeah, I think that'll be nice. So every time I finish eating, I don't have to do the dishes or throw away all the rubbish like separately and then keep that for like 4 or 5 days until it's full, and then so much stress. But yeah, I think that's what I'll do, probably.
What was the most challenging moment during your hiatus, and what helped you push through it to return to music?
I think it would be, to be honest with you guys, becoming so alone and separated from the world. I mean, despite getting all these, threat messages and just everything, my world collapsed, I guess, overnight, and I pretty much got cancelled out, and I was just so sad because, to this day, I just try to recover. I try to do everything right, and sometimes I just felt like, sometimes you can feel like people just don't want to understand, and that's completely fine, like kind of like freedom of speech, and everyone's free to feel a certain way. But I was just lonely, and I was by myself, and it just got really dark, I guess. I couldn't really leave my house for like 6 months, and then I think that was the hardest time, where I was just alone for 6 months in my house and had these bad ideas and thoughts, I guess. And yeah, it was really hard. Like, I've never openly talked about it, but now I guess, like, listen to the With EP and you can feel my freedom of how I sing or rap or, producing the songs. But what got me through it would be, honestly, just praying and getting to know more in depth of Christ, I guess Jesus Christ. I don't know if it's okay to talk about, my belief, but I guess it's my interview, so I can kind of. So yeah, I would pray a lot, read the Bible, go to sermons after the 6 months, and yeah, I think it's through prayer and reading the Bible and understanding it, and just, I think that would be the only thing really, I guess. And family and fishing. Fishing was definitely, well, I couldn't really go for like 2-3 years, but yeah, I think fishing after that, fishing was it helped me a lot. Yeah, the hardest thing would have been just becoming alone. Like, everything was about me, but not about me at that time period. When I turn on the news or something like that, and my Instagram and social media, so I kind of have like PTSD over some areas, I guess. Still, sometimes I find it hard to breathe in certain situations, but I guess it's just normal. Um, I think, yeah, and yeah, making music definitely probably is also another one. I wanted to give up making music. I just wanted to stop everything entirely. And my producer Stoner Tune said, um, I happened to get throat surgery because of I don't know, something happened during that period and my body temperature was too high and I got these lumps. So my voice doesn't go up after a certain point. So I just wanted to give up. And he said, before you do your surgery, let's make an EP. And that's the EP I made with Now What. With a hand over my face. There's a song called Two Angels where I talk about like how I really felt in that time period. But yeah, I think first of all, I think it would have been my faith in Jesus Christ. Second would have been making music. Third would have been fishing. Those three got me through it, and I'm here today. I'm still breathing. I'm alive. And what's great is I'm starting my own YouTube contents with fishing, which we'll be releasing around June, and that's going to be extremely fun with English subtitles. So I hope you guys are ready. On the other side, I will be continuing with my music too. So I think I kind of ran away from the original question here. Sorry. I think this is going to be real hard to edit for you guys. It's probably too long, but
You've been in the game for a while. What's the funniest thing that's ever happened to you during a performance or in the studio?
Funniest thing in my long career that's ever happened to me. A few years back, I was going to it was like where all the college, like university festivals were. And in Korea, there's a place called Cheongju and there's a place called Chungju. It's very similar, but like 2 hours apart. And what did I do? Stupidly, I was meant to go to Cheongju University, but on the navigation I put Chungju, and so me and my photographer at the time, we were driving, and I arrived at the wrong university, but I arrived in my car, parked it, and all the workers there and the students who were like staff meant to guide me to the stage, they were like, oh, hello, Microdot, nice to meet you. I will lead you to the stage. And backstage, was about to go, and then right before they passed me the mic, they said, are you sure you're not on here today? Are you sure this is right? And I was like, yeah, I'm meant to be at this university. And they're like, oh, this is not that university. You're meant to go to that one. Called up the management of the university and the other university, and I sincerely apologized. And you know, when you drive, you're not allowed to speed, but I kind of did speed a little. And that lineup that night was meant to be like the last performers were meant to be someone, then Microdot, and then AOMG. So it was Simon Dominic, Loco, and I think it was those two and Gray. And they were kind enough to say, yeah, we'll go first, you can go after. And then I arrived, and then 90 degrees, you know, I was like, I'm so sorry. It was an honest mistake. I went to that university but came here, but luckily just made it in time. And yeah, I was after AOMG's performance, which was intense, but I think it was a good show. It was fun. I was real young and hyper energetic back then. So yeah, it was a good memory, but bad memory, but could be funny for some people. Maybe, yeah.
Your music often blends emotional honesty with sharp lyricism. What themes or personal experiences do you find yourself returning to most in your songwriting?
With my lyrics and songwriting, honestly, when I make for other people, for other artists, and sometimes idol groups these days, is that I find it so much more fun to write for other people these days because there's so much freedom. Whereas when I write for my music, I still have a sense where I have a lot more to achieve and prove for more people to feel warm when they hear my music. There's a lot of barriers still, and I'm working so hard to try break those barriers. Whereas if I write for others, I'm so free. Like, I could write a song about fairy tale, for example, or someone ambitious going through life, or love, or breakup, you know. But with my lyrics, I guess it's keeping it real. I'm so cool to just be open about what I've been through and what I'm going to do and what I'm doing now. Trying to stay very positive and humble. I think humble is the key. Just like with this interview, I think you guys may find it weird that I'm like real fidgety and stuff, but maybe I'm nervous because I haven't done one in a while. Yeah. Or I just been at a 16-hour music video shoot, so please excuse that. But with my lyrics and songwriting, yeah, I'm gonna keep it more real, and I hope people can really understand and relate to. If they want to cry, they can hear my music and cry, and it'll be like they're crying with the song. Because I felt music was one of my main connections and go-to places when I felt a feeling that I never had felt before when I was younger. And also, I want to create music to save lives, not like a policeman or a fireman or ambulance or a hospital. I mean, like, to give them positivity, to give them hope. So some projects that I'm making now that will release around May, June is like a Christian album, and that's gonna be really cool. It's my first time ever saying it. It kind of just came out, but I'm making Christian music that people who aren't Christians that can listen to it, and I'm quite confident they'll feel like, oh, this is a good melody, or this is a good beat, I like it, you know. And people who are Christian will read the lyrics and listen to the lyrics and find some depth and maybe balance that they've been trying to find. And I guess that's what those lyrics will be from what I've been through. And besides that, sometimes maybe I'll rap on club banger songs and stuff like that. But yeah, just to keep it real, try stay positive and not too negative, I guess. That's my main goal in a way right now, what I'm trying to do.
As one of the few artists representing both Korean and New Zealand roots, how do you navigate that dual identity within the global hip hop scene?
I honestly think I just try still, after all this time of going through these things and making very happy, good memories as well, I just try to stay pure and honest. I really don't know how to lie. Every time I lie about the stupidest things, like really stupid. Like, did you do the dishes before you came out? And yeah, and then my maid will come over and the dishes will be dirty, or something like that, real dumb, you know. So I don't like to lie. My MBTI is ENTJ, which is I'm a T, so I'm pretty straight up. So that's pretty Kiwi trait. Korean side, I like to be very fast, keeping up with the trend. Try not to get too sucked into that following the trend, what's going on, SNS, social media, because I kind of suck at that. I feel kind of old now. It's different to a few years back. And yeah, nowadays, I just try to keep it pure and honest and humble. Those three things, I think, kind of says who I am right now. I guess me saying that with out of my own mouth is kind of weird, and some could think that's cocky, but just being honest. Yeah, and just going hard, you know, always being grateful, always being thankful to the opportunities that I have right now. Just like shout out to Muse Artist Talk, which is a YouTube content that I'm doing right now, interviewing and talking to artists, athletes, a lot of different genres of artistry. That's quite fun, so check that out.
Do you have any dream collaborations, either within Korea or internationally, that you hope to pursue?
Yes, so if you have seen, I don't know if you guys even know who I am, but I am Microdot. And to those who have heard my music or haven't heard my music, my previous projects all have had so many collaborations because after being alone for such a long time, I just wanted to make music with people, collaborate in my projects, and I'm super, super grateful that those amazing artists all contributed and all just said, yes, let's do it, man. The music's great. Um, so I really do want to keep continuing on collaborations. My next few releases may be solo projects, but in the meantime, I'm always making music. Whereas like in my hard drive in my computer, I have so much music, some that I'm selling, some that I gifted, and I have too much music. Yeah, so I really do have a lot of artists that I do want to collaborate with in the future, depending on how my career goes. um, whether it's ballad, R&B, hip hop, pop. Yeah, so I mean, it's good to have big dreams, right? Collaborating with artists that I looked up to in the past, growing up, and now that who I think is really sick with their craft, I think that'll be pretty cool. So yeah, I won't name like somebody because I am collaborating with people who I've admired for such a long time. So I'm very grateful to be able to do that. Um, there's one artist that I would like to shout out, which is pretty cool. Who's pretty cool? His name is Lepani Music. Um, he's a dude that went to my high school in New Zealand. Um, his voice is amazing, and I think for one of my production teams, we're working together to produce some idol tracks, and his voice is amazing. One of my next songs, I think I'm gonna have him on the track, so I hope he gets all the light that he deserves. And yeah, his voice is amazing.
What do you want your legacy as an artist to be, and how does With the EP contribute to that vision?
Honestly, I haven't really thought about it. Like I don't really think about those kind of stuff that much, but I want my legacy to be something like somebody that made a name out there in the world, went through some difficult times, but didn't give up, and is still trying to pursue what he had going on even bigger. Um, and to be a fighter, I guess I want my legacy to be someone that didn't give up and who achieved greater than what he had achieved before the difficult times. And I think it'll be great if I could, or if the name Microdot could influence or give positive influence and hope to those who are going through difficult times, because I really do know how that feels and the things that I had to do to really get by day. um, yeah, it makes you humble, and I just want to leave a legacy where people can really relate, and find hope and positivity through my music or contents that I release, things like that, and that I'm quite an approachable guy, and that I'm not like a bad person, etc. Yeah, I think that's what I want my legacy to be. And with Wither, did that contribute to my legacy? I think everything does. Even the difficult times that I have, I think that would be the biggest impact on if I could make a legacy of what I just said. Um, but yeah, besides that, I think Wither is a very likable, approachable album. Quite a humble one too. So I don't know. Maybe I'm on the right path. Um, hopefully, more people will get to listen to it. Um, but yeah.
What would you like to say to your fans?
Okay, so I did say like back and forth in between this interview. So my schedule is coming up with shows. I do have a few, but it's all within Korea. Besides that, my YouTube content's Muse Artist Talk. You can check that out. One episode every week or two, different guests. Number two is my fishing show, my own fishing show, which is gonna be so sick. I already started filming, caught some big fish. I had a trip where I actually didn't catch anything, and I was so sad and depressed. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun show that will release in June on my YouTube channel, probably official Microdot. Also with music, I have a CCM project that's coming out, which would be around May, and also a solo project. It's a collaboration project with like a company. Also after that, I do have my own CCM album, which is going to be a full-length album. It's going to be very hip-hop, it's going to be very pop, it's going to be very everything that you think a Christian music song may not be, it's going to be with the right, hopefully with the right meaning and definition of vision behind the project. And I'm constantly making new music, but I feel like it's going to be a really good song. Some real chill songs too that you can just listen to day by day. Wake up in the morning, play it. Oh, it's a good morning. I'm going to wake up to a very nice song kind of vibe. So I'm excited to share that. Hopefully I after a few more projects, I'll be able to start touring again overseas, internationally, wherever. I really wanted to. I miss my fans, and I miss just doing what I love and sharing that moment with the people who come watch me and listen to me. So yeah, hopefully I can make better music from now till then, and I'll be able to perform it and share some moments with you guys and create memories, and that'll influence me to make music about that. So yeah. But yeah, so far for now, I think that's everything. Hope you enjoyed this interview. It was quite long. I don't know how it's going to be cut up. Hope you enjoyed my Wither EP and my Stay music video that's just released. Yeah, God bless. Thank you, KCrush. Hopefully I'll get to see you guys in real life sometime soon in the future. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace. Check out my updates on my Instagram and TikTok and sometimes Facebook and things like that. Yeah. Peace.
Thank you, Microdot, for your interview with KCrush America Magazine. It was such an honor meeting you, and we wish you all the best in your endeavors.
Still thinking about you. Do you think about me too? 너의 흔적을 마치 tattoo. 아직 남아있어 너의 자리 miss you. Still thinking about you. Do you think about me too? 너의 흔적을 마치 tattoo. 내 맘에 너 이름은 아직 새겨있어. Do you think about me too? Cause I just wanna see you. One time is all I need. One night is all I need. 아직 향이 남아 너의 perfume. 내 티에 아직 묻혀있는 너의 입술. 립스틱도 내 차에 아직 있고. 내 흔적이 아직 많이 남아있어. 너도 가끔 보니 내 인스타 첫 줄 아직 기억하니 when I was with you. 아직 너의 자리 내 옆에 있어. 난 못 믿어 넌 어디